the lyrics, they just kind of fell out. They were almost like a diary. I was just voicing what I was going through.
A man decides after 70 years that what he goes there for is to unlock the door. Well, those around him
Decided that I had to try and write from an instrument other than my voice. So in this case, it was a guitar. I remember I was working in a recording studio, and I couldn't afford a guitar at the time. I was making tea, making coffee for the artists that would come in. I picked up the guitars that were left by the musicians in the studio overnight. Must have been at night, because I was playing on a guitar that didn't belong to me. Is it G, D, A? But we're never gonna survive. That melody just came out immediately.
But we're never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. So we're never gonna survive unless
A lot of significant world events that were happening. The Berlin Wall came down in '89. Tiananmen Square, that famous shot with the student standing in front of the tank.
people walking through my head, one of them's got a gun to shoot the other one.
I remember President Gorbachev was going to have meetings with the Catholic Church, and it was the first time in a very, very long time that somebody from the former Soviet bloc had done this.
A man decides after 70 years that what he goes there for is to unlock the door.
And well, about the man decides after 70 years.
For me, it was Gorbachev. It's about taking chances, about stepping out of your comfort zone. And President Gorbachev was the example of somebody doing that. But it's not about him, and it's not necessarily about the Berlin Wall breaking down. It's not really about any of those things. What it's really about is the personal journey. It's about me stepping out of my comfort zone. It's about me trying to let go of control in songwriting, taking a risk in order to elicit positive change. And sometimes that positive change can be chaos.
But we're never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy.
Crazy can be referred to taking chances, going against the grain, doing something that is perhaps not logical to most people, and sometimes even not logical to yourself.
I'm bass guitar. I'm musical director. My mentor, Mr. Trevor Horn.
I met Trevor. He was the magician, you know, and I was very kind of weary of him at first.
When I met Seal, he sang a song for me, just standing in the room, and that's really turned me on. I thought, I can't wait to get this guy behind a microphone, you know, because what a voice. It was the best, I think it was one of the best voices I'd ever heard.
I'm so fortunate that we found each other. Trevor doesn't understand the concept of can't or cannot. He's willing to try anything.
He used to jam, you know, da-da-do-do-do-do, and I said, I don't suppose you could find some lyrics for that bit. It might help the song. And he came back the next day and he had that. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
The Sky Full of People that came later, that was Trevor, actually. Trevor told me that I needed a bridge, a middle eight.
You know, sky full of people. It sort of made the song seem complete.
Since then, I've always felt that a song needs to have a good middle eight.
In a sky full of people. Isn't that crazy?
Looking back on it, I realized that we were both trying to make a record that neither of us had heard before.
Isn't that crazy?
Now, what's happening? Gotta go.
Seal's gonna be here in a second, so.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, hello, just coming through. Right, Trevor, go to the edge.
We don't seem to be very good at learning from our mistakes. And that I find disheartening. do I feel that with all the conflict going on today and all the chaos going on today, can crazy still be relevant? I think so. If that song was relevant then I guess it can be relevant now to the same conflict and chaos that I see occurring.
We'll make it one day.
And so, yes, in order to kind of elicit great change, then we have to be crazy. We have to take chances. We have to step out of our comfort zone and we have to figure it out.